Welcome to Nursing Uncensored. This is going to be a very different kind of episode. This is a one take, no editing, no music, off the cuff episode because I wanted to check in with you guys. It's been a while since I've released an episode, so we're just going to do this. It is 1:40 in the morning. I am in my car, in my driveway. It's June 21st, 2001. It is the day before my 40th birthday. Why am I doing this like this? Well, I'm out in the car because I don't want to wake up Doug, my partner. I am on my laptop in the car because my whole life is in boxes right now. For those of you that follow me on social media, you may already know, but I am moving this week. This move has been in the works for quite some time, but I am moving from Southeast Iowa, where I've lived since I was 18 years old. I myself, one take, you guys, bear with me here. Along with my partner Doug and our dog McNamara, Mac for short, we are moving to Minneapolis. We are moving this week. We are going to be in Minneapolis on Thursday. So life is insane right now. And yesterday was my last day at my job. Last night, actually, was my last 12-hour shift at my old job. And I start a new job at a hospital I've never been to before. And there's just a lot going on right now. There's a lot of transition. I haven't put out an episode in like a month, so I just wanted to sit and talk with you guys for a second. I don't have a guest today. I do have some episodes that I've been sitting on for a while that I haven't done anything with because it's been crazy on my end of things. Getting this job nailed down, getting an apartment, all of the business of wrapping up my life here in Iowa and starting up my new life, so to speak, in Minneapolis. Getting the nursing license. Minnesota is not part of the nursing compact. So I've had to get a new nursing license, getting utilities set up, getting a lease signed, driving back and forth between Minneapolis. It's like 4.5 hours for the way I drive, unless Doug's in the car because he doesn't like the way I speed. So yeah, it's been wild. I'm really excited about my new job. I'm really confident about my place in my career. I'm ready to move on. I'm going to be working as a nurse in the med-surg float pool at a level 1 trauma center. And I finally feel like I'm at a place where I've got enough skill, enough confidence. I'm still very teachable. I'm ready to dive into something new, and I'm ready to do this. But at the same time, it's really weird thinking that I'm not going back to my hospital again. Like, I think of it as my hospital. Like, I'm having a hard time conceptualizing the fact that this hospital that I've been going to since I was like 24, or I think 24-ish, I'm not going to go there ever again. Like, I don't even have access to the building anymore. That's just so weird for me to wrap my head around. And in some ways, I'm really happy about that because, after you spend 15 years somewhere, you do get fed up with things, and, not every place is meant to be your place forever. And I'm going to miss my coworkers. I'm going to miss the sense of expertise I had. I'm going to miss knowing the ins and outs of that place and feeling like I'm at the top of my game. But at the same time, there was a lot of stuff that I was getting very tired of and that I was fed up with, and I wanted to leave in my rearview mirror. Just the same, I'm having a lot of emotions, and they come in waves, and I'm going back and forth. I'm giving poor Doug a run for his money. 1 minute, I'm irritable and feisty and upset about everything. And the next minute, I'm elated at the idea of moving to a bigger city and having all the perks of this wonderful, diverse, lively city at my fingertips. We're going to be living in the city, which is different for us. You know, right now we live in an area where you look out our front windows and all you see is trees and birds, and you hear foxes fucking in the creek, which is what I figured out from talking to friends is what these horrible, bloody screams are in the middle of the night that terrify the shit out of me when I'm editing this podcast. Actually, if you've ever heard foxes mating in the wilderness, it's terrifying. It sounds like animals dying. Anyway, that's a really messed up side note. One take, you guys. But, like, yeah, I live in this, like, quiet, with the exception of the foxes, this quiet, quaint, little, beautiful area. And I'm going to miss that. But I'm also really excited because, like, the beauty of this huge city with all of the, you know, the complexity of what's going on up there with the Black Lives Matter movement and police reform and the culture of the city and the food and the nightlife and the stuff to do outdoors. I'm going to be living in an area where there's a lot to do outside and my friends are there and there's all of this like good and bad and scary stuff and new stuff and changes that's all kind of like swirling around in this tornado inside of me. I'm also already dreading the fact that, like, I'm getting bombarded with, like, thousands of well, not thousands, but I'm getting, like, tens of emails with, like, competency tests that I have to do for my new job and the cycle of, like, orientation that's going to begin again and, like, having to kind of, like, reacclimate myself to a whole new place. There are so many emotions, and I'm trying to remember to just take it one step at a time. We're still finishing up packing. We get the U-Haul in like less than 48 hours. So there's just, you know, there's a lot in front of me and I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. With that being said, I have had to put the podcast essentially on complete hold, which is ironic because my inbox has never been so alive. With students messaging me, the YouTube channel getting comments that people are asking me to interact with, which is great. I love it. I want to interact. I'm trying to. I'm getting emails from people that want to be guests on the show. Also loving that. People that want to sponsor the show, which let me just say, I'm about to go into my 4th year of this podcast. Hold on, I got to roll down the car window because it's getting a little stuffy in here. Woo! Anyway, yeah, I'm getting all this correspondence, sponsors. I don't have a sponsor. I've only had like maybe 1 or 2 sponsors in the whole 4 years of this show because I'm really picky. I'm bad about self-promotion. I don't put myself out there a lot. But all of these people are firing into my inbox and I love it, but I'm at a complete inability to do anything about it right now. So if you're one of those people that has been listening, wondering where I've been, emailing me, messaging me, not getting a response, it's because literally it is all I can do to just keep my shit together and keep moving forward in this journey to get us to Minneapolis. So I'm just a one-woman team. It's so funny because people are like, "Dear Nursing Uncensored team." And you guys don't know. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Guys, there is no team. It is just me. I don't have a manager. I don't have like an assistant. I don't have co-hosts. I don't have anyone helping me out with this. It is little old me running this whole ship. And I love it that way. I would love to have a little bit of help from time to time, but with help comes responsibility and delegation and sharing, and that's just too much right now. So without going into all of that, just please be patient with me. There is more to come. There's a new season. There is a new chapter on the horizon. I just got to get to the new place and get the, I've got fiber optic internet, so there's a brand new quality of internet coming. But everything right now is kind of in limbo. But please stick around. There is so much more on in my idea bank and that I want to do. And there's going to be a whole new set of adventures and people and things that I'm going to get to do in Minneapolis. So I'm so excited about that. So just bear with me a little bit longer. And I've tried to pop into people's DMs and respond when I can and say, hey, I'm not ignoring you. I love this message. Please give me just a minute. I want to reply to you with full thought. So just hold on a little longer. So that's what I got to say about that. What else? In terms of past guests, the last few episodes I've put out, I've been a little choppy. I've been wanting to do full promotion with those, so I'm going to share some of those things. I'm going to talk real quick from memory about some of the things that I want you guys to make sure you haven't missed. I've put out some great episodes that I'm really proud of over the course of the last several weeks, and well, not recently, but the last several episodes that I've put out, I really have enjoyed and I think are great episodes, even though my promotion has not been what I would like it to be. So I just want to remind you guys that the most recent episode I did was with nurse practitioner Courtney Shiabudin. She is awesome. She is not only a nurse practitioner and an educator and an advocate, but she is also a breast cancer survivor. And we talked about her journey with being diagnosed during the fucking COVID pandemic and what it's like to be told that you have a potentially life-limiting illness while all the hospitals are being overrun, shut down, and everything is in chaos. So she is an amazing person. She's very candid and very open about her journey through that, and I would love for you to go listen to that. Before that, the episode I put out was with Isla, who is a nurse that lives way over there in the UK. She's actually Scottish, and I adore her. We met randomly through Instagram, and she is someone that shares, unfortunately, migraine history with me. And I know a lot of other nurses also suffer from migraines. It's been a thing that I am now finally starting to gain a little bit of control over with some new medications and a new doctor that finally listened to me. And of course now I have to leave the state and find a whole new set of healthcare providers. But that was an episode that I was really proud of. And then the episode before that was with my good friend Mackenzie, who we talked about pet peeves. Pet peeve episodes are always a favorite among listeners. So please go back and listen to us talk about some of our most annoying and hilarious pet peeves. One more back before that I want to mention, because also coming up, we're going to talk to him again, David Metzger of the Nurse Papa podcast. He is also a great nurse. He's a pediatric oncology nurse and a dad with two of the most rambunctious, delightful little devils that I think I've ever come across. His Nurse Papa podcast is wonderful storytelling. I love it. It is something that caught my attention, even though I'm not usually drawn to parenting podcasts. I am child-free by choice, but his podcast is universally delightful, whether or not you're into parenting content. I'm going to have him on the show in the future once I get to Minneapolis, because he has a book that is coming out, I believe, in August. So go back, listen to that episode, check out his podcast, and then look forward to him being on the show in the future. I'm going to have other episodes coming up. Actually, I have a couple nurse authors that we're going to be talking to. I had a Pride Month episode that I was planning with another nurse. Her and I kind of got lost in the shuffle of my moving. So even though the month of June is winding down, and by the time I get some episodes out, Pride Month might be over. But I don't think Pride ever is something that we stop celebrating. And for my LGBTQIA friends that are listening, I want you to know that Pride does not end when June ends, and so I'm going to try to hook back up with her again and get that Pride episode poppin'. So these are things that I want to let you know are in the works so that you don't get bored with me. I'm very proud to say that despite the fact that I have not put out an episode in a month, and even before that it's been a little spotty, I still have remained in the top 30 on the Apple podcast charts for science. So at one point I think I was in the top 15. I love you guys for listening. I love you guys for keeping my podcast that high up, even though it's just little old me. Thank you so much for doing that and for coming back. One of my coworkers now, sadly, one of my ex-coworkers makes me so sad. She has a nursing student with her, and she tried to tell her nursing student about my podcast, and the nursing student said, "Oh yeah, I already listened to that one." So shout out to all of my nursing students that are just starting clinicals at the U of I that are already listening. If you are up on my unit and you know which unit I was on, I hope that you have a great experience up there. There's a lot of transition going on right now, but there's still a lot of wonderful nurses that are so eager to teach and show you the way, and welcome to the nursing profession. Even as a student, you are an integral part of the care that we give. So shout out to all my students. A couple other students have emailed me, asking me questions, asking me for advice. I haven't forgotten about you. I am just up to my neck in boxes, packing tape, bubble wrap, and the like. So, shit's crazy right now. I'm really looking forward to the new chapter. I have a giant bathtub, a tiny kitchen, a huge apartment, and a whole new city to explore, a huge hospital to get to know, and so much more that I'm probably not even able to anticipate, because who knows what the future is going to bring. But I don't even know what else I can tell you guys. I'm super excited. I'm going to get the merch shop fired back up again. I do have the merch shop. I have a few things in the merch shop right now. I have some Nursing Uncensored merchandise. If you go to the website, and I always say in the show, I'm terrible at self-promotion. Go to nursinguncensored.com, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you guys realize how much effort I put into the website. I have blog posts on the website going back years. I have tips on everything from how to study, great nursing resources, study tips for over the summer before you start nursing school, how to avoid being sweaty at work. I mean, you name it, I have tried to write about it. I have guest blog posts up there. I have some more guest blog posts on the way. I also have videos up there. All of the interviews that I've been doing as of recent, over the last, I don't even know, because I don't have the ability to look it up right now, but over the last year and a half, I think, I've been putting all of the episodes that I've been recording on YouTube. Those are also on the website. So if you like listening and you just want to listen while you're doing other things, please continue to do that. But if you want to see what we look like, if you like watching podcasts, you can watch us on YouTube. I've got the Nursing Uncensored YouTube channel. Those things are also on, the interviews are on the website at nursinguncensored.com/videos. I also have been trying to put more and more of these on my IGTV channel. So if you follow me on Instagram, I have been trying more and more, not right now because the move is ruining everything, but I am frequently posting to my Instagram stories, both on my personal Instagram page and on the Nursing Uncensored Instagram page. And then often I'll put those interviews on the Nursing Uncensored IGTV. So I do my car chats on there. I've got a bunch of car chats. All of this stuff is going to continue once I get my brains together and all my shit out of these boxes again. So my Mac, my iMac, my microphone, all of my gear for recording the podcast is all wrapped in bubble wrap and in a box. that is going to ride in the car. That shit ain't going in the U-Haul because I don't want anything to happen to it. That stuff is like, I can't afford to have any of it break. Also, if you would like to support the podcast, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and while I'm talking, I'll try to pull that up so that you can go and support me there. Even throwing $1 my way is going to help me out, because I've had a bunch of people, friends, people that have been on the show, people that support the show. They have given me tons of support that way. I'm not a big Patreon fan, not because it's not a great site, but just because I don't have the time to make more stuff above what I'm already doing. And usually with Patreon, you know, there are like levels of like incentives and stuff that people make. And I'm already trying to do so much with the website and the podcast and the videos. I don't have time to make more stuff. I will get to a point where I do that. I'm just not there yet. So, for right now, I've got Buy Me a Coffee, and I do actually drink a shit ton of coffee. So it seems like an appropriate site to use. So let me see. I've got it pulled up here. How do I do this? Guys, I have my link shared. Okay, here we go. I think this works. Nope, that's not it. This is the exciting part of the show where you watch someone who's listen to someone who's almost 40 try to navigate the world of online crowdsourcing. But if you Google search Buy Me a Coffee Nursing Uncensored, it will take you right to my page. And honestly, throw me $1 or $2. That would be great. That will help me level up my gear, get stuff set up, help me with basically getting my merch store leveled up, getting merch going again, stickers, t-shirts, bags, anything you guys want. Message me and tell me what you want, and I'll get it popping, because I already know a few people that are carrying around Nursing Uncensored tote bags representing the show, t-shirts. I wear the tank tops all the time, and people tell me they're really cute. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, enough of the shameless self-promotion. I'm terrible at it, and I don't like doing it. I feel all slimy when I do it. But it is now 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm glad my neighbors have already moved out, so they don't see me sitting in my car with my giant mug of water and my iPad recording this. But fuck it, who cares? Do you, right? So thank you for listening. Thank you for continuing to support the show and listening and sending me messages. I get all of them. I read all of them. I will reply to you guys. Just give me some time. The next time you hear from me, I will be a resident of the great state of Minnesota. And which I will add, Minnesota has some of the highest COVID vaccination rates in the country. So bravo to Minnesota. Iowa, do better. Get your shit together. Get your vaccinations, because you know what? The places now that are having outbreaks of these new variants of COVID, and the people that are getting sick are the people that have not had very high, or the states that have not had very high vaccination rates. So talk to your healthcare provider. I know this is a very personal decision, but if you are able to safely get a vaccine, please get it. I've been getting vaccines my whole life. In fact, I just sent off my vaccination record of my MMR, Tdap, varicella, flu vaccines, my COVID vaccine, all of the shit they've been shooting me up with to be a healthcare worker. And I have a great bill of health. I have not had the flu, a cold, a sore throat, COVID, none of that shit since long before the pandemic. So I, for one, I'm not going to be on the soapbox for too much longer. I'm going to wrap it up here. But even well after COVID is under control and this shit is in our rearview mirror, I will continue to be wearing my mask during cold and flu season, because I like it too much to not have the sniffles, feeling like shit, saving money on the NyQuil and the Dayquil and the cough drops and the Kleenex. Fuck it, I'm done with that. And actually, I like being able to go to the grocery store, being able to go out in public, and creepy old men don't tell me to smile. Added bonus. It's great. So, anyway, that was a tangent. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Happy nursing, guys.